Hello, this is Scotty Scott Animation. Here is the code I added to my RPG, which I'm writing on the 600XL computer. So the power is on. And what this does is basically when it pulls up it gets the rooms or the area that you're in on the map in the RPG. It gets those from disk, and this this code only displays the directions that you can go into or you can go when you're in that particular area on the map. And I'm going to run it to show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, you're in the forest and you can exit to the north or to the south. So the south takes you to the river. You're standing near a river. Exit to the north or the west. Go west. And so I still need to put in there. I'll probably improve the graphics a little bit. But this is basically just a run through, to like proof of concept, I guess, to make sure everything would be working. I also would like to give a shout out to Mr. Atari, which has really made this a whole lot easier because with LiteDOS, I can have disk drivability on the 600XL and still have enough memory, to program. I'm going to show his website real quick. There's Mr. Atari. It's www.mr-atari.com. Excellent website. Thank you again, Mr. Atari. I really appreciate the work you did on LiteDOS. It's really helping me out as I'm developing this RPG. Okay. Also, I want to show you the VIC-20, which I won on an eBay auction. It's dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. But other than that, it's in relatively good shape. I did take it apart to see because it's so old. This is like probably from '82. I think they stopped making them in '85, if I'm not mistaken. So this was the first computer to sell a million units, from what I read on the internet. But I opened it up, and it has been taken apart before. The tab, it's got 3 tabs that connect to the back, and the tab on this side was broken, and also one of the screw posts, I think right here in the middle of the keyboard, was broken. Uh, but I'm not going to attempt to repair this until I'm able to get the power supply working, and I need a video cable. This does not have RF out on it. It's got a video monitor port, and that's it. Speaking of that, the video display on the Atari is much better because I added more cable to it, and it really helped the signal. Radio frequency. I don't understand it. It just, that's the way it worked. It's a whole lot better picture now than it was before. But back to this VIC-20, and there's Commodore 16 in the background. I'm still waiting on the PLA chip, I think it's called, for that guy from England. It's on its way. I've got several parts ordered for this guy. I've got a DIN plug for the power supply I'm going to make for this. And I just ordered a monitor cable, which should work with it. Should modify that, hopefully. The VIC-20 did come with several games. This came with the Commodore 16, but the VIC-20 came with the super expander with 30K of RAM, which this will help me write the RPG on the VIC-20 because I'm going to port that RPG I'm running on the Atari to the VIC-20 and the Commodore 16. It also came with a 16K RAM cartridge. I don't know if this has an extended basic on it like this does, but uh, the game is the RPG I'm planning on the basic code to be so small that hopefully it will, this is all I will need. I will, you know, when I get the VIC-20 running, hopefully I'll find out. It also came with Radar Rat Race. It's a game I assume. Voodoo Castle, which I assume is a game, and Speed Math, Bingo Math. And it came with a bunch of other stuff too, some manuals, and it came with some cassette games or tutorials, which I'll probably show in a later video. I don't have a tape drive, so I can't really test those out. Maybe. Uh, I could probably. I was thinking I could get some kind of hardware solution that would allow audio input and then play the tapes back on a cassette player and wire that in. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So I might be able to do that. I have to give that some thought. Uh, the power supply. I will. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. So I think I mentioned this in another video. So this is a Commodore 128 power supply, which I purchased uh, right after I had bought a Commodore 128 computer. Well, off eBay, and the Commodore 120 computer never got shipped. So eBay did refund my money for that, but in anticipation of a Commodore 128 computer arriving, I bought this Commodore 128 power supply. So now I've got the power supply with no Commodore 128, which is okay. So, and when I got this, the case, I may have done a video on this before. I don't remember, but I'll repeat myself. Okay, so when I got this, I noticed that the top was loose on it, a little loose, and so I took the 4 screws out of it and found that the fuse that goes right here, right down in there, was wrapped with aluminum foil. So I don't know if this power supply works. I haven't tested it yet. Uh, but I want to find the correct fuse that goes in there before I test it. And then what I'm going to do is I did order a DIN plug to fit the Commodore VIC-20 input connector for the power supply on the VIC-20, and I'm going to chop this cable off, this connector off, uh, and rewire it with the VIC-20 connector, and then use this power supply as power supply for the VIC-20. That's my plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's the plan I'm going with. I don't know if this power supply is a newer or older version because usually, usually these things have. Well, see, you see, it's got another fuse right there. Well, it's supposed to have a fuse on the very bottom of it, but it doesn't. That fuse is inside the case. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe this is a newer one, older one. I have no idea. So, well, that's about it, guys. I'm going to stop this video and get back to working on some stuff. And so, leave your comments and your suggestions below. Uh, Also, if you guys got any ideas about a storage device that these two machines could share, because I would like to get one solution that both these machines can share. I know the cassette ports are different, so and it would have to be a modern solution, like an SD card solution type situation. I don't want to have to buy older disk drives and cassette players, because you know they're not as reliable as when they were new, and even when they were new, they weren't, you know, like a, you know, the best solution. Technology has, advanced like 35, 40 years later, and so we have a better solution, which is the SD card solution. So, but give me your suggestions about what I should do with that. About a shared storage device, something similar to the S Drive Max, which I'm totally satisfied with, even though I did have problems with it when it first arrived. It straightened those out. Now I have no complaints with it, and instead of sending it back, I just fixed it myself, because I do appreciate the guy that put it together. That it helped me out. I don't have a 3D printer. I'm glad it's in a case. I'm glad that all the components were you know put together for me to where I could just work with it from there, and it worked out. So no complaints at all about that. They're not major complaints. All right, maybe minor, stuff, but that doesn't matter. That was easily worked out. So I'm gonna wait till I can get these guys running with that before I clean them up, because I'm afraid that if I start cleaning the motherboards and stuff, and doing all that, that if I do that before I get the parts to actually get them working, then I don't know if it doesn't work, if it's because I cleaned them up and like messed something up. You know what I mean? So I want to get the parts, see if they work. Then if they work, then clean them up, and then make sure they work again. Does that make sense? It does to me. If it doesn't to you, I don't know. It makes sense to me. So, all right, guys, it's Scotty Animation. The 600XL is going to a track mode, so that's telling me that this video is too long. So I'll talk to you guys later.